And as I look around the whole world where Kenyans have migrated to, we have enormous supply of qualified manpower and women power all over the world. And we hope that they'll come back and that they'll join us in building that new Kenya. So as we think of that new Kenya, please let us make a decision today that history shall be written by historians, and that we don't spend a lot of valuable time wasting time arguing about who did what or who should have done what and did not do. Let us focus on things which require doing.
For example, you would like to impeach Gachagua, please follow the law. Yes, you would like to sell state corporations. Why can't you do it transparently and accountably? You are talking about Kenya is a country that has got a deep state, but it looks like you are just trying to get rid of Uhuru's deep state and set your own. I mean, I hope the president reads today's paper. Look at page 1, how the police use phones to track captured suspects. That's true. All right? You go to the second story. I can give you another one. Murdered Wells Fargo boss probed 94 million heist involving security firm. True. I mean, you come to another one. How Devani walked free from 7.6 billion Triton scam. True. All right. The president is launching a team of people who are going to be forest officers. But in Kisii County, the Chinese have moved in and they're cutting trees like crazy, like it's sugarcane. True. Well, let me ask this, Ayub. What wonderful news does my president want me to talk about him? Just give me 2 things and I'll talk about them today. What is it that I will talk about him that is positive in my country today? That I woke up in the morning, everything is running fine, teachers are happy, the members of the health sector. Look at SHIF. It is not working. So why is the president not pushing very quickly with the teams he has so that he can even adopt what was working from NHIF? I mean, that is not rocket science.
Yes.
All right? You have state parastatals which are, I mean, I was traveling yesterday by air. All the employees at the airports of Kenya are shocked. They actually can't believe that the airports have already gone. What does the president want me to tell him now? I'm just frustrated.
Because whereas we know that justice delayed is justice denied, we also know that justice hurried is justice miscarried. Who did these violations? We're also here to call people to account. Who did it? Between the time we left Senate around midnight, between the time Senate closed business around midnight of 17th October 2024, and the time we woke up to the presidential communique of 18th October 2024, in that night, the Bishop Oginde-led Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission is documented in the President's memorandum to have received, processed, and given a clearance to Honorable Kithure Kindiki. That night, my lords, history is important, and I may not remind you why our constitution prescribes that our presidents be sworn in during the day. We were all adults, we know where that comes from. It's one of the most autochthonous provisions of our constitution. And therefore, when things happen in the night, we have reason to have our antennas high. Between the time Senate rose on the night of 17th October 2024 and the time we woke up in the morning of 18th October 2024 to the President's communication to the National Assembly, we were told that the IEBC, which we now know is not properly constituted, has no commissioners, had purportedly cleared Honorable Kithure Kindiki in the night. I will not say much about KRA because I think KRA can work overnight and we will not complain. But it was that memorandum. The other culprit was the president himself. The president of the Republic of Kenya undertook these clearances overnight, and in the morning had a clear, proofread memorandum. Exceptional efficiency, we celebrate that. Just how perilous we stand as a country if we depend on our legislative and executive institutions, and very recently, our constitutional commissions. Our remaining beacon of hope, my lords and my lady, is this judiciary. I have one question for you, my lords, my ladies. Will you drop the ball, or will you hold the ball to the finish line? A brief history of what you will find in our amended petition, by way of paraphrasing, is that on 18th October 2024, this country witnessed an unprecedented hurry by our executive, legislative organs, and our constitutional commissions to beat our constitutional order. I'll demonstrate this shortly. On that day, 18th October 2024, we witnessed an unprecedented hurry. In fact, I would have thought, speaking for myself, that our country has become super efficient. But I discovered that no, we were still waiting long to get our national IDs. We were still waiting long to get our passports. We were still queuing for long in our hospitals for health services. That this unprecedented hurry was for a specified project to beat our constitutional order. And why do I demonstrate this? A process for which the Constitution of Kenya prescribes 74 days at Article 149, Clause 1 of the Constitution was truncated and executed in less than 6 hours. Clearly, we may have varying definitions of the word hurry, but we can build consensus that this one is undisputedly unprecedented hurry. Why did the makers of our Constitution prescribe 74 days maximum in Article 149, Clause 1? Different analysts may give it different interpretations. I beseech you to find, whatever the scope of interpretations, the following will fit into them. Number one, it must have been to give the process optimum transparency. Number two, it must have been to give the process optimum accountability. Number three, it must have been to give the process procedural fairness. Because whereas we know that justice delayed is justice denied, we also know that justice hurried is justice miscarried. And finally, it must also have been to give public participation in the process under Article 149, Clause 1, some chance. Allow me to submit at that juncture from the very outset that the process undertaken by the President of the Republic of Kenya, by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, which was mentioned in the President's communique to Parliament, to the National Assembly, by the IEBC, that was also included in the President's communique to the National Assembly, and by the National Assembly itself, did not even pretend to have an iota of public participation. Even the pretense of public participation was now taken away.